Hey, welcome back to another Moralis video. My name is Bharat, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a newly launched endpoint and how you can use this API in order to get the time series token analytics for any token on EVM or Solana chains in just one API call. So let's get started. So I'm just going to start with showing you the APIs in action, which you can basically find over at moralis.com. And if you're not familiar with Moralis, Moralis is a crypto terminal that lets you get data on any cryptos across any chain. And as you can see, we have got a bunch of tokens here. And you can see we're on the trending menu. You can see the volume, the transactions, the market cap, liquidity, the price trends, all this kind of data just in one place. And if you click on any of these tokens, you're going to be able to see some more data on it. You're going to see the charts, you can see the holders trends across various time frames. You can also see like the size distribution, holders acquisition, etc. And you can even place trades straight from this particular platform. So what we're going to do is in today's video we're going to see the time series token analytics API in action, and you can find that by heading over to the popular narrative section. And if you go into the popular narrative section, you can see we've got a bunch of narratives here, and you can see we've got like the time series volume trend, which you can see for the past 7 days for all these tokens. You've also got like the total volume, the buy volume, sell volume, transactions, the sellers, etc. What we're going to see is how you can build this kind of a volume trend chart for all these kind of categories, etc. So if you click on any of these categories, you're going to be able to see like all the tokens which are tied to that category, and you can see for each of these tokens you've got its own price trend, etc. And we're going to look at how you can instantly chart out these kind of price trends both in terms of volume or FDV, etc., and build this really cool looking time series chart in your platforms. So to check this API in action, what you can do is you can just click this API docs button, and that's going to take you straight to our documentation, which is available at docs.moralis.com. And here you can find the API reference for all of our supported APIs, be it the wallet, token, etc. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click on EVM API or Solana API. It's your choice. Since this API is a cross-chain endpoint, you're going to be able to use the same endpoint and actually fetch the time series analytics for both EVM as well as Solana chains. And we're going to see how we're going to do that as well in this video. So once you've clicked on EVM API, you can click on token API, and you can see we've got all of the token APIs here. And now you can click on the get token analytics and get time series token analytics. So this is the endpoint that we just launched. And I'm also going to link another video in the description where I cover the various other token analytics endpoints. And in this video, we're going to see how you can actually use this endpoint to fetch analytics for up to like 200 tokens at once. And as you can see, we've got all of the tokens here. So if you look at the endpoint that you're going to be querying, it's deepindex.moralis.io slash token slash analytics slash time series. And by calling this endpoint, you're going to be able to pass like an array of tokens, and you're going to get all of the time series data for that. So to test this API out, the first thing you need to do is actually get a Moralis API key, which you can do by just clicking on get API key here. And as soon as you have logged in, you will be able to see a dashboard where you can see your compute unit usage, your API key. You can see links to our tutorials, docs, etc. So just copy the API key from here. And once you have done that, you will be able to actually test this out. So let's head back to docs so that we can actually test this API out. So I'm going to put in my API key right here. And as you can see, we have got the code snippet across various languages. You can see we have put in the time frame, and you can also see the tokens that we have passed in. So by default, we have got two tokens here, one token on Ethereum and one token on Solana. And you can see we've got the curl command for this. So we can actually run this in our terminal so that you can see how the response looks like. So I'm just going to open up my terminal. There we go. And let's run this API. So there we go. So this is how the response basically looks like. And if you look at this, actually, you've got this response, like you've got a couple of items in the response. And the first item is basically going to contain the time series analytics for the EVM token. That is basically the Ethereum one. and the second one's going to contain second item is going to contain the time series analytics for our Solana token. And you can actually use this endpoint to seamlessly fetch the time series data across like a wide range of tokens across any chains. And this is kind of perfect when you want to instantly chart all of these tokens, etc. Like if you see within the narratives page and click, like if you're on the meme category, you can see right now we've got the price trend for all of these tokens. You can also chart volume, you can also chart the FDV, etc. And this is kind of perfect if you want to use this endpoint to do that. So what we've seen right now is how you can use the time series token analytics endpoint in order to chart out the prices or the FDVs, etc. for any token. And this is perfect because you can get the time series token analytics for up to 200 tokens at once. So whenever you want to chart like anything like these metrics, so you can either test live API from the docs interface as well. So I'm just going to click on this, and if you look at the response, you've got the timestamp, you've got the buy volume, sell volume, liquidity, as well as the fully diluted valuation, which means you're going to be able to chart any of these metrics in your application. And this API essentially lets you get the time series analytics data for up to 200 tokens at once. So if you have any questions related to this API, you can check out the changelog as well. So once you click on changelog, you can see we've got the time series token analytics endpoint, and you can see some of the key features and example use cases that you can basically build with this API. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll be sure to get to them. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe so that you can stay tuned for all our further videos. Thank you.